Welcome to Hack That Funnel Radio. Today we're doing something very special. We are preparing for Funnel Hacking Live 2020 by funnel hacking each individual speaker. And this week's speaker is Dan Henry. Dan Henry was one of the first people to slap their name on the badge of the fastest to Comma Club award. That funnel has gone on to make $10 million. We're hacking it today. Facebook ads, funnel, everything. Literally 2 years ago, he was talking about how much he wanted to be on stage and how he always wished he could be on stage at Funnel Hacking Live. Now is his time. Let's see the funnel that made it all happen. Now we're going to give a really quick introduction to who Dan Henry is and how you may know him in the funnel industry and what he's done. And then we're going to move forward into what his funnel hack is, go into the funnel, show you exactly how it all works. Stay with me just a minute while we talk about that. And if you want to win a ticket to Funnel Hacking Live 2020, make sure you stay till the end. We're going to show you how you can win a ticket for free. So in 2014, Dan Henry decided that he was going to sell his product, and he was selling it with a webinar, and he was trying to make this thing work. And then he read Russell Brunson's perfect webinar script, readjusted his webinar, and boom, he hit the webinar gold money, and it just started making money. That's the funnel we're going to be hacking today. This funnel just kept producing and producing and producing. I'm going to talk to you about why it started producing at the beginning. How do you actually start a funnel without having the proof? How do you build the proof in so that way you can automate this thing, which is what Dan Henry did. This funnel became the fastest to Comma Club award very, very quickly. I believe it was in like the first 3 months, and it just kept growing and he kept scaling it. This is how he sold it. This is very interesting. Let's go through the funnel really quick because there are some pioneering ideas that Dan Henry put into this funnel that have changed the industry. So we're going to talk about what that is exactly, and let's hop in. Now, if you're on the podcast, I really appreciate you listening, but this is going to be a really good visual experience. So if you're able to hop over on YouTube, subscribe so you get all the updates, highly recommend going there. It's going to be really, really helpful for you. I'll just try to explain it as best as I can. For those of you who are on YouTube, way to be here. Let's get moving. This is the funnel that's made Dan Henry $10 million, and we're going to walk through it step by step. This is where we're going to start in his timeline on this funnel. Okay, we're not going to show it back when it was absolutely beta. We're going to start with the ads on when this was actually just kind of starting to work, when he was just breaking the million. It all begins with Facebook ads and Instagram ads that are all pushing towards a webinar registration page. Now, there are a lot of different variations of this page. This page changed a lot. We're going to show you, I think, all of the changes. We were able to capture a lot of them. So we're going to show you the different variations, what he tried, so you can see how it progressed and what it moved to and what he sat on at the very end. So we're going to show you that. That's really cool. And then right after this registration page, you get an order form page. Now it's kind of masked. It's a little different. I've duplicated it into a lot of webinars that I built for clients. Smartly done. This is that little golden piece that Dan Henry put in that everyone else is copying and modeling. Okay, you'll see other people using this as we continue to funnel hack speakers, as we continue to funnel hack in general, and as you funnel hack, you'll see people putting this order form page right after webinar registration. Why is it there? What's the whole point? The goal of this little order form is just to recoup ad costs as much as you can. If you do this right, if you do this right, you can recoup your ad costs. It's not something I recommend that anybody leads with. Make sure your webinar works first, because you put this in front, it could very easily kill the conversions on the webinar if you do it wrong. There's a way to do this right. It's very strategic. He's not doing anything about the promise. He's literally just leading you in, giving you more reasons to buy in the future with this product. So you'll see the strategy on the page when we get there. If you buy, which of course I did, you will go to a thank you page, which then goes to the webinar. Or if you don't buy, you'll just go straight to this webinar. The webinar is about 90 minutes long. It runs perfectly with a perfect webinar script. He's done an extremely good job of making sure he hits all of the emotional points, all of the false beliefs, all of the stories. He's hitting everything that he needs to in here, and he crafts this extremely well. Now, as you watch, he drops the link in order for you to go and join his group. So you go to the order form page, you're able to buy there, and there are 2 payment options. So we're going to go over what those are in just a minute. Ready to hop in? Let's get started. So in this very first video, you're going to see him talking. He's talking to a microphone. He's got some good lighting, and he's got a good background. Okay, it looks like wood paneling, but it's literally something you probably just buy on Amazon. This is a very clean thing. Now, the way that Dan Henry does all of his ads, especially his video ads, he leads with an exceptionally good hook. This is a showman, my friends. He knows how to put on a show no matter where he's at. If you're going to be a Funnel Hacking Live, it's going to be a party. Watch. This guy knows how to put on a show, and you're going to be a part of that. That's what he does in his Facebook ads. He grabs your attention, gives you a hook, a reason to stay, and he actually educates you in a lot of these, which is very interesting. He gets you pre-framed the right way. So let's show you how he's doing it. This one is specifically him with a Batman shirt. He's talking about how things work, and there's no headline on this ad, but there is a good amount of copy, and it begins with the following. Do you want to make 5 figures per month running Facebook ads? Most people know by now that I have been very successful with Facebook ads, but there is something you don't know. My very first month running simple Facebook ads for clients, I was able to make over $10,000. Register here. And he gives a link in order for you to register. It's a bit.ly link. Okay, and then he gives your copy. He does a little bit of a story, how it sounds crazy. He's built his reputation on it. You keep going down, you get another link. Okay, now this ad got about 100 reactions. It did pretty good. It was one that he was starting to scale with. Now here's another one that he was starting to scale with. This is him talking to somebody who's gone through the course. And it's a nice video. Once again, a good hook. Looks like he's in a trainer's gym. And this is the guy he's talking to. Listen to what he says about him in the copy. Brandon Lewis just made a local martial arts school $9,000 and he only spent $14 with Facebook ads. What? Okay, really good hook. Whole point of the ad is to hook. That's the entire goal of the video and the very beginning of the copy. Just get somebody to stop. Just get them to stop scrolling. Okay, really, really well done. This one got over 160 reactions, did pretty darn good. Now, once you started to scale this thing, that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna look at the ads that really scale this. We're gonna go through a lot of ads. It's gonna be kind of rapid fire, so pay attention, lean in. There's a lot here to unpack. This first ad has a picture of him with his fiance at the time, and then in the background, he has the Lambo, and he was crazy about the Lambo, okay? So they're both nicely dressed up, nice picture, gets your attention, they're both looking at the camera, and you just stop. It looks like something that they took with their iPhone, and those are the images that actually work. Forget the stock footage. Go with a smartphone image. Just take a picture of your life as you're living it, be real, and it will stop people. Absolutely guaranteed almost every time. So this one did extremely well, not just because of the image. This has a ton of copy. Like this is almost its own sales page, and it begins, always flip your ads. Quote, this goes against common sense. People think that if they put an ad on social media platform like this one, buyers will run to their stores or book an appointment with them. The problem with digital advertising is that it's different from any other type of marketing. You cannot just put up an ad and expect people to come to your store, book an appointment, or want to do business with you. And then he talks about his story. So he has a little bit of a hook, says this is why it's not working, and then he starts to tell you a little bit of a story. And this leads into some great copywriting. He's talking about a lot of information here, and he teaches you, and he gives you a link inside of the copy to his webinar. Okay, really, really, really good. Now, this ad got almost 6,000 reactions, which means he put a lot of money behind this. This is working very, very well. He put money behind it. He made this thing work. He scaled it. Over 5.9 thousand reactions, plus over 1,000 comments and over 500 shares. This is really, really good. Now, that's just one ad. Let's keep going. So this next ad, this video that he uses in it, he uses throughout his advertising. So I'm going to refer to it as the increase your net worth ad. You're going to see this one a lot. This is him talking about how your worth is a lot like the stock market, but how do you guarantee your worth? How do you prove it? So that way you actually are paid what you're worth. It's him teaching. This is a pre-frame. And you have to understand who he's speaking to. He knows he's speaking to people who want to provide services. They're not like a super big entrepreneur. They want to provide services. He's talking to the pain point that they deal with, which is, how do I charge what I'm worth? How do I do that comfortably? How do I do that? How? He's speaking to the pain point that his audience knows. This ad, he scaled drastically, and not just on Facebook, as you're going to see. Okay, so this is a Facebook ad they did. It got over 1,000 reactions. Simple copy. It's not super long, but it's definitely written the Dan Henry way with a hook and everything. So love this ad. We're going to keep going. We got lots of ads. This is a picture of him with his family. Once again, he's in a suit with a white shirt with a button-up one at the top, looking nice. And the headline for this one says, how to start and grow a hyper profitable online advertising business, even if you don't have any existing ... Talk about a hook. I love it. Okay. And this got over 2,000 reactions. This did really, really well. You scroll up, this has a decent amount of sales copy in here, and it starts with, let's face it, everyone wants to own an online business, but there are so many options. Do you start a blog, a podcast, Amazon store, sell books? Gah! This is the problem. And he keeps going into it. And this is really, really good. Extremely well done. Talks about why you choose this kind of a business. Once again, educate his market and pre-frame them perfectly for his webinar. Now the next ad is that same video, increase your worth, but it doesn't have the text on the bottom and the top that says increase your worth. It's just the video. This one did quite well also. Lots of reactions on this one. Very minimal sales copy here. Now we go to the next one. This one's really cool actually. When he's walking around, he shoots a lot of these with his cell phone. So this one, he's pointing at an image that's semi-abstract. And he zooms in on it, talks for a minute, and then flips the camera. And on the top and the bottom of this video, it says how to use a pattern interrupt in your social media ads. And he literally turns and goes, that's how you do a pattern interrupt. And then he starts to teach you how it works, which is really, really smart, really, really good. So he's not only proving that he knows how to do it, he's literally doing it in the ad and then calling it out. Really smartly done. This ad did extremely well, got over 1,000 reactions pretty easily. So this next ad is really interesting. It's got him in a hoodie with some sunglasses on and palm trees in the background. And on the top and the bottom, there is a blazing yellow, like a fluorescent yellow, and on it black text. It almost looks like the warning strips. And it says, get more customers for any local biz with this one campaign. Now this actually plays right into one of the variations that he was running for his registration page. So you'll see that in a minute. Okay, this one did extremely well also. This one got over 900 reactions pretty easily and pretty decent sales copy here. Not long at all, just enough sales copy. I love it. So the common thread on all these ads is that he's teaching, he's educating, he's giving a really good hook that these customers need to hear, specifically the customers that are perfect for the webinar. He's talking to those problems, he's talking to those issues, he educates, and then he bridges into the webinar perfectly. He took those ads that worked really well, put them in Instagram. Let's check this out. 2 ads specifically in Instagram. And here's this one, how to increase your worth, with a graph that almost looks exactly like the stock market. Have we seen this one before? No, I said we're looking at 2 Instagram images. This one, he had like 8 of them, but they were all exactly identical. But when I added up all the reactions that he got, like all the hearts that were tapped on this, there was over 40,000 reactions. This did extremely well. Like and people say that Instagram is kind of hard to work with. Obviously, something was working. He liked it, okay? So that Instagram video did really, really well. Good education, good hook. The next one is him dressed up in a Batman costume, almost cosplaying it. It's got the Batman insignia above his head and it says standing out as an agency. And he's got a marker somehow in one hand and he's about to train you on how to make all this work. And so it's really funny. It's an attention grabber. This one got a good amount of reactions as well. Whew. Those are the ads, lots of ads on this one. But now we're gonna go into what was the page that he sent to. And there's actually about 4 different variations that we were able to capture. So we're gonna show you those. Now, the image quality isn't really great on some of them. We kind of had to hack it. So we're just gonna show you what we found page by page. The headline on this one is how to get more customers for any local business using one simple ad campaign. And you have a green button on here that says register my spot now. Underneath that, you have a yellow countdown timer. This is the quintessential ClickFunnels template. Like, this is very templatized. Like, you can tell this is one of the first ones that he was running. Underneath that, you see a hint of an image of him and then the text that says what you will get. And then there's probably 3 bullet points of what's inside of there. But that's the very first page. Now, as we keep going, there are design changes. That does happen. But really pay attention to the copy. This gets really, really interesting. So the next variation says 100% free online workshop, my 3-step method to landing easy ad clients that pay. And you see a picture of him in a suit and a white shirt, and you see him drawing on a board, mapping out everything. Next class gives you the time in red with a red button that says reserve my seat. Then underneath that, there's this really cool social image that actually shows you which one of your friends actually liked the page that he's doing. So you can see, oh my gosh, so-and-so likes that, and so-and-so. So that way you're actually already bought in. Oh my goodness, there's social proof. I have to do this. Everyone else is doing it. Really cool page here. And notice all of these are built in ClickFunnels. So when you actually click on this button, it pops up, you have a name and an email field. And the way this is set up, Dan tried to use different softwares. He used ClickFunnels. He used all these other webinar softwares to try to automate this. He came back and said the test, as far as profitability goes, he made more money with the ClickFunnels funnel, and he stuck with it. Now, he moved away once he started to rebrand this, and we'll talk about that later. But this is how he did this funnel. He did it in ClickFunnels because he did pioneer a new way to do the webinar. So the next variation, this is actually the variation that won, which is really, really cool. And this one, you can tell his pizzazz and design got a little bit better. So at the very top, you've got a black bar with a white logo against it. And underneath that, you have red text that says exclusive training with Dan Henry. Then in quotes, in black on white background, how to create a wildly profitable online advertising agency for under $2,000. You got a nice picture of him once again in the blazer with a white shirt that's unbuttoned at the top. He's looking comfy with his hands in his pockets. And on the right, it says exclusive training with Dan Henry. 3 bullet points, secure your spot. And once again, it has that little social thing underneath so you can see all the people that are taking action, so that way you have to. Now notice when you actually click on the button this time, we actually have a phone field added in here. Now we're going to start doing the phone advertising. He tested with every single possible way he could to keep his conversions high in his auto webinar. And you're going to see that there are a couple of little things that he's added in here that have changed how you do webinars. It's really, really cool. Now the last variation, this one was hard to find and he didn't use it for very long that I can see. If he did, he tested with it. I couldn't find it. This was the best version I could find. It's, once again, same type of design as the last one, which he kept. But this one has a picture of him and his family. And it says at the top in quotes, how to start and grow a hyper-profitable online advertising business, even if you don't have any existing marketing experience. Exclusive training with Dan Henry, 3 bullet points. Yes, reserve my spot now. You click on that button, pop-up pops up, same type of registration. So, very interesting here. Now this one he didn't use as much, so he definitely scaled back and just did the picture of himself. That we can see. So, those are the different variations on the page. Note the ones that worked the best. Clean design, clear colors, red buttons, email in the opt-in. Very, very interesting, okay? Now, on the next page, this is where we start to veer off the normal webinar route. This is literally a waiting page. It literally shows a loading indicator, which is a GIF or a GIF or whatever you want to call it. And it's just loading in a circle. It says masterclass is loading. Please wait. Now, if you know how this page works, scroll down to the bottom. There's a little countdown timer for just a couple of seconds. No one really can find it. No one scrolls that fast. I went through this a couple different times to say, how do you do that in ClickFunnels? That's how we did it. Now, the next page you go to, you would think is like the webinar thank you page or the actual webinar. Wrong. This is where he continues to pioneer into something new that made ClickFunnels the profit machine that it was. So on this page, it says in blue at the very top, you are registered for the masterclass. And underneath that, click here to proceed to the free masterclass in a kind of a lighter blue. But underneath that, in a big red font, it says, but wait. Would you like to see a walkthrough of a client campaign that did $30,000 the first month? You have an image of him, he's talking, he's smiling, having a great time. He's going to show you this house that this webinar literally bought him. No joke. You're going to be able to, he walks you through the house and talks to you about it and how he's been able to do this, okay? So he talks to you about that for a little while, hooks you really well as he's showing you through his house, but you're like, ooh, that's nice. And then as he's talking, showing you how this all works, the offer pops up just underneath it. There's a headline and a whole bunch of other things that pop up. The headline says, yes, I want Cairo walkthrough for only $47 with a button that'll scroll you down to the bottom so you can buy. Underneath that is a red text that says, no, thank you. I don't need this now. Take me to the webinar. Now, we're going to talk about what this product is and why you should or should not put this in your webinar at the end. So just stay with me as we go through this page for a minute. Underneath the no thanks, I don't need this, take me to the webinar, you have a 30-day guarantee with 100% no questions asked refund policy. Okay, couple of testimonial screenshots of Facebook posts those work extremely well in a funnel. I can't tell you exactly why, but they just do. People find them much more reputable. Okay. Then you see a headline that says, I understand that when I act now, I get all this. Bullet point, bullet point, bullet. 6 different bullet points of everything you get. And then it says, I also understand that when I act now in bold and in caps, I also get bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. Get instant access button. You click on that, it scrolls you down. It's 80% off today. If you purchase, it's usually $297. Today, it's only $47. Scroll down, you're able to buy. You got a big old arrow pointing to the 2-step order form. You put your information in and you're able to buy this $47 product, which, kind of crazy enough, has a little order bump on it as well for $47. So you can get the mortgage broker walkthrough also. Smart. Extremely well done. Absolutely love it. Really, really, really good. Okay. So if you buy, you go to a thank you page. If you don't buy, you go to the webinar. Okay. Now here's the deal. Should you add a page like this to your webinar? I'm going to tell you, no, not at the beginning. A lot of you are like, yes, I want to automate my webinar. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When Dan Henry started this whole webinar system, he did not have this. He was doing a live webinar. He was trying to make sure the sales pitch worked. He was trying to make money. That's the goal. At first, that should be your goal. Just do that. Later on, he automated it. Later on, he added this in. Once he knew what was working, that's what you should do. Follow this, and this is why. The strategy to getting a webinar to work is highly profitable. Just get that to work first. If you get this piece wrong at the beginning, it will take the entire train off the railroad tracks and cause a giant mess for your entire webinar. So be very careful here. All right. What you should be selling here should accelerate their desire to buy the end product. Now, I've seen a lot of people try to implement this. I've seen a lot of things not work. I've seen things that worked really well. The ones that worked made me more excited for the product he was going to sell on the webinar. So here's an example. With Dan Henry's sale here, he's selling you a hack. He's showing you how he made the chiropractor funnel work, and maybe even the mortgage broker if you buy the upsell. If you buy that, are you more or less excited to buy what he's going to teach you in the webinar? You are more excited. It's an accelerant. It makes you even more excited because now you have proof. This can work. This is actually real. That's where this comes into play, but it has to act as an accelerant. If it doesn't act as an accelerant, if it doesn't push you forward into the buying process, it's a bad deal. Don't do it. Yes, you may be able to recoup some ad costs, but it will kill the entire webinar. That's not the goal here. The goal here is to add a revenue source into your webinar without hurting the webinar. That's the power, and that's what he got right. I don't even know if he knew what he was doing, but it worked. And behold, the awesomeness of Dan Henry. So that's my 2 cents. Let's keep going through this funnel hack, all right? So when you say yes, you buy, you go to thank you page. The thank you page will then take you on into the webinar, or if you just say no, it takes you straight to the webinar. The webinar's headline at the very top says, how I made $10,000 my first month running Facebook ads for clients, and how you can too, even if you start with 0 results. So he's going to show you a little video that he did with a small news agency. He's going to show you the whole thing. Like, he's going to milk this sucker. He's going to prove that he knows what he's doing. And he does this to this day. He gives so much proof at the beginning of the webinar to try to hook you, to make you know this is not a game. This is real. And he does that. It's very, very interesting how he does that. He builds that rapport instantly. Now, there's something really cool under this webinar that he added a little bit later. Right under the webinar, you will see a little section where the text says, have questions? Just ask. And underneath that is a Facebook Messenger button. Literally, if you have questions, you can click on this at any time in the webinar, and you can talk with somebody, part of his sales team, that is waiting for your comments 24/7. They're ready to talk to you, no matter what your question is. He just has a rotational shift. It's the way it works. And his conversions shot through the roof when he got this right. Like, it was literally this other pioneering, revolutionary idea, and it made this work. Oh, it made this work. And here's the gold mine for this. If they didn't buy, it followed up with them with a little message that said, did you have an extra question that we didn't answer on the webinar? If people answered, he closed 90% of them. He just hit the things, and yeah, he talked about their issues on the webinar, maybe they weren't there. Their salespeople just sell them on that, on the messenger chat. They have them going by, boom, done. The most amazing retargeting ever. And it all starts with, do you have a question? Just ask. Brilliant. Now, underneath that little section, you have what we call a Brunson box, because Russell Brunson kind of pioneered this. It's a box that says at the top, what you'll learn in today's exclusive training. And then in 4x4, it has each secret with a headline. Secret number 1, secret number 2, secret number 3. And then it says free gift. And he tells you the gift he's going to give you if you stay till the end. This mechanism keeps people on the webinar. And it's extremely well done. It takes a little bit of curiosity out. But if you do all the headlines right for the secrets, and if you give a good enough bonus, it keeps people on all the same, even more than just the base curiosity will. So extremely well done. Now, when you stay on the webinar, he gives you the link so that way you can go and order. And this is what the order page looks like. At the very top, he's got a little light bulb, and in yellow, it says Funnels and Ads for Entrepreneurs. Now, this product changed the names quite a bit. It changed to Get Clients. It changed to a couple different things. Now it's an entirely different thing. But that's how it started, Funnels and Ads. So underneath that, it says, Yes, I Want In Today. It has 4 testimonial videos. And then there's 2 different sides to this. On one side, in blue, it says, Choose from 2 payment options. Right away, we're starting with the fact that you have options. It's not just a one-size-fits-all. This is important. This is how Dan Henry makes sure he's at least making something. He's making money. This is really important. Some of us are like, well, I only want to sell to people who can. If you just want to make money, this is how you make money. So just pay attention to this. On the other side, it says, what you're going to get today in red, and it lists out everything that's involved. So fill in the first part of the form, you click a button, and then it flips over. It's just a 2-step order form. You could buy the full thing for 1 payment of $9.97, or you could buy the whole thing with 7 payments of $199. The bar is just low enough to get people in, just low enough for him to get moving, and for enough payments for someone to say, oh, that full payment, that might be a good idea. This is brilliantly done. And he started leading the way on this too, making multiple very low payments right up front. It's just he did so many things in here that changed the way that people do webinars. A lot of the people you're going to see at Funnel Hacking Live followed what he did in this hack. This funnel was the blueprint that made so many other people who are speaking at Funnel Hacking Live and in other places profitable. This is so cool. And I love that he's going to be speaking. It's going to be an epic presentation. So guys, that's the funnel. It's simple as that. Now, what people really don't know is that he actually built 3 different funnels that have made 2 Comma Club. This is just one, and it made $10 million. So we got the 8-figure award too. He's getting that, this Funnel Hacking Live, but he's got 3 other funnels. Now, we've actually are hacking those this week in the Facebook group. You can find that link below. So he has done a lot, and he's taken this template that worked and multiplied it over multiple trainings. He's made this work over and over and over. And now he teaches a course on how to do exactly this. All we've done is we've hacked it. So that way now, if you do get that course, or if you're just kind of interested, you can model it, do the same thing. Now, one quick golden nugget before we end this. The way he got started on this is he sold it to a live audience on a webinar using the perfect webinar. But he created this as a coaching program, and he dropped the price a little bit for the coaching program just to get people in, because it wasn't proven. He didn't have a proven training course. He didn't have any course. But if it's a coaching program, you can build it with people. That's what he did. And he did one other thing that was dramatically cool about this. He didn't charge people until after they had gone through it. So you literally go in there, you put in all your credit card information, and he put like a 7-day delay on it. And then it actually hit. Genius. People absolutely loved the content so much because he over-delivered on it that they started leaving testimonials like crazy. And then he just kept farming for more testimonials. He would do a bonus training, and the whole first 10 minutes, I need a testimonial from you guys. Like, let me know what your thoughts are on this. Like, I'm trying to provide more information, more bonuses. Give me the testimonial. And he would farm these things. He'd do bonuses on bonuses on bonuses just to get testimonials. And this is why. In Facebook today and online in general, you can't say, this is how you make $1 million. This is how you make $10,000 a month. You can't do those kind of things. There's so many things that are taboo in the marketing world, especially online marketing. But there's nothing taboo about a testimonial. And so he literally farmed out this huge inventory of all of these testimonials and he pushed those. It became his retargeting ads. It became his ads in general. It became like when people went to buy, they saw nothing but friggin' testimonials. It became his thing because his testimonials spoke louder than everything else. Then he turned it into a course. Then he scaled it with the funnel that you're going to see. So don't look at automating everything. If you want to know what that path is, he actually taught it in Russell Brunson's 30 Days book that you can get in the One Funnel Away Challenge. He gave the path that he would literally use to make money if he was broke, and it was this path. And he teaches you how to do it in his 30-day program when you go buy the One Funnel Away Challenge. It's in the bonus book that he gives you. It's really cool. All right, my friends, do you guys want to be able to have the opportunity to hear Dan Henry speak on stage at Funnel Hacking Live for free? I mean, if you want really bad to get a ticket, go to funnelhackinglive.com and go get a ticket right now. But if you want to get a ticket for free, there are 3 ways that you can win a ticket. I literally already have a ticket. It's waiting for a name to be stamped on it. And we're going to need to pull it here very soon. So if you like this at all and you want to go to Funnel Hacking Live, make sure that you do the 3 things that you need to do to get as many opportunities to win as possible. Number 1, subscribe to the channel. This is like the 4th hack that we're doing of 13 different speakers at Funnel Hacking Live. If you enjoyed this, we're going to give you more of it and it's going to be a blast. So what I want you to do is make sure you subscribe. Even if you're not sure if you're going to be able to make it to Funnel Hacking Live, subscribe just to get the updates. And if you do want to be able to get twice the opportunity to win, after you subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of the hack. Did you think it was worthwhile? Did you like seeing the visibility? Did you want to see more? Do you know Dan Henry? I've met the guy. He's a nice guy. You can hear more about how I met with him. Ask me in the comments. Whatever you want to know. If you've gone through his course, let me know. Comment anything and you'll get a second opportunity to win a free ticket to Funnel Hacking Live. But if you want to triplicate your opportunity to win, then all you have to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com and register there. You will get all of the bonuses, the master pack training that comes with Hack That Funnel Radio, plus updates on all of the podcasts and all of the videos and everything that we're putting out. You'll be on the front lines of the funnel hacking world, and you have 3 opportunities to win now. Number 1, subscribe. Number 2, comment. And number 3, go to hackthatfunnelradio.com and register now. Sweet, awesome sauce. I hope you found something in this episode that made your mind explode. Now, would you like to take it to the next level? What if I give you the keys to the funnel hacking kingdom? What I want to give you is my Master Pack 5-day training for free. All you have to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com, put in your email, submit, and you will get my Funnel Hacking Master Pack right now, 100% free. It will teach you what to hack, where to hack, how to hack, and when to hack. All you have to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com and get it now. hackthatfunnelradio.com.